Alright, as per request, I'm just going to give a complete walk around and review of my KZ-200 here. So it's a 1978 KZ-200 with 8,000 original kilometers. It's been fully restored in 2013. And I'll go over a full list of modifications and everything there. It's a 5-speed, air-cooled. It has both a kick and electric start. It was fully restored back in 2013, frame off restoration. So the frame was repainted, and the tank and the new seat were repainted a nice gray color. This is actually if I can get in close enough here, this is actually a stock Toyota Camry color, and it came with a spray paint. And it's 8 coats of the spray paint, and then another 2 coats of an enamel, and then we also have the chrome trim there, which is just a universal. Okay, let's start with the modifications. We'll go front to back. So stock rims and tires. If you want to check out the tire tread, these near as makes no difference. The stock tires that came with the bike. So those are starting to dry rot, and I'll have to change those out eventually, but that'll be next year's project. We have a Emgo headlight. It's actually very nice and bright, much brighter than stock. We have universal LED turn signals here, stock gauges. The grips were replaced. I'm not sure what exactly the brand is, but they look kind of close to stock. Then we have a universal mirror here and a flat drag style handlebar. You can see I also have my GoPro mount. Sorry for the truck coming by. Alright, and as you can see, the 8294 original kilometers. So we have the stock gas cap. It was originally chrome. It's been painted black just to kind of match the rest of the bike. There's the chrome trim on the tank. And down here, this is the stock Kawasaki emblem, although the inside lettering used to be white. It's just been painted black, and then the chrome parts left. I think it really makes, stands out. Then we have the engine. The engine is pretty much stock. I did have to replace the flywheel bolts. If you are doing a restoration, I suggest checking those, because those broke on mine, even though it only had about I think 6,000 kilometers when I did that. The only modification is that the midsection of the engine has been painted black, which really, I think, just looks awesome. You can leave it stock, but that just looks really cool to me. We have the stock carburetor. It has been jetted, just to match everything else. I believe it's a 110 jet, which is, I think, the highest it would go before I start having idling problems. Again, being air-cooled, you really don't want that. Then we have a pretty simple universal pod filter there. You can get them off eBay for a thing about $5. They're pretty cheap. And then the oil breather as well. That's one size smaller. And then moving back, we have the stock chain guard. It was originally chrome. That was pitting, so I just painted that black. The finish is starting to come off. I'll have to redo that. Then we still have the inner rear fender. It's really helpful. You really want to keep that on the bike when you're restoring it. And then underneath, you can see none of the electrics has been chopped. All the electrics are still accessible under there, and you really can't notice it once you're once you're in there. But I'll go around the other side and show you here. So under here, if the battery's dead, you can easily just reach in and charge it from there without having to move anything. Alright, so we'll move on. There's the kickstart. And we have an Emgo 12-inch shorty muffler. It does have the baffle in it. You can take the baffle out. It does sound really good, but it is also very loud. And it's, pretty much Harley obnoxious loud. I prefer to have the baffle in when I'm driving around a lot. Alright, so we'll move on to the seat. Now, this is it's a universal. I'm not exactly sure where it came from. It's a basic universal seat. It's actually been cut down a bit just to fit. And painted and trimmed. Back around this side. Now the stock frame tabs have been cut off to have this fit so low onto the bike, and then it actually uses what's called a mirror clamp holder from a boat for a marine. So it's a simple solution. Trying to get in there, show you where the clamp holds on here. And those are pretty cheap. You can find them pretty much anywhere hardware store. And then we have the seat. The seat was custom made out of a piece of foam. And this padding is actually from a car cover, which has just been cut down to size. And I'll lift this off. See, it's only held on with Velcro. And then there's the 4 bolts for the mirror holders holding that on. But otherwise, you don't really need to take that off, because you can access all the electronics right from underneath. All right, so we'll move on. Stock rim and tire on the back here. The gearing hasn't been changed, but I would suggest, if you are a lighter person, going up sprocket on the front. I'll throw up a picture, or you can look up an engine cover for yourself. But I believe this comes with a 15 tooth sprocket stock. You can go up to a 16, but you will have to, there's a small flange right beside where the sprocket comes on. You have to chop that off. And moving back to here, we have an integrated rear light here. Sorry about the light, I'll try and get in there for you. And I think that just looks awesome. Just perfect. Just fits really well with the bike. I did have the kind of round old style on there. I'll try and throw up a picture at the end of the video and show you what that looked like. But I think this just looks so clean. And when it's off, you can't even tell it's there. So I'm just gonna turn it on for you here. See how it looks. And then when it's on, it is pretty bright out right now, so it might be a little difficult to see. I'll throw on the turn signal for you. But I think that just looks really clean. And again, you get those off eBay. I think it costs $35. No big. And it plugs right into the stock electronics. So none of the wiring on this has been chopped. It's all been moved. One thing, it's the last thing I'll note here, is I do not have the gauge lights. I still have the original housing for it. But because this is a kind of a DC electric system, if you have the LED lights on it, the gauge lights will not work. If you have the gauge lights installed and you put the LEDs on, when you go to turn the turn signal, all the lights will come on. So I just went the easy route and removed it. Other common problem I've seen on these bikes, when I did have the gauge lights on, is I would get false neutrals a lot. So in my eyes, I was like, just take it off. So that is pretty much the whole overview there. And since I'm doing a complete overview, I'll start it up for you. Hopefully the kick works first time. It is fairly reliable. I just haven't adjusted it for the temperature today. It is fairly quiet. Probably can't pick it up in the video. I might include one without the baffle in, but for now, this is good. Alright, so that is a complete overview of my 1978 KZ-200. My personal opinion, great bike, not for small people. As you can see, it only really comes up to my waist. If you're around that, 160 pounds, I'd say definitely go for it. Change the sprockets so you can get some decent speed out of it. But otherwise, it's, it's a little air-cooled 200 from the 70s. It can still do about 120 kilometers an hour. That's what it's geared to do, which is fairly impressive, considering, I'm too heavy for this bike, and I can still max out the gearing. If you have any questions, comments, just send a message to my profile, or just comment down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy your KZ-200. See you later.